If I had no connections, had to start exactly from zero, no search, no skills, no nada, this is exactly what I would do if I had to make six figures in 6 months. I'm Rob from PastTechSearch.com. I help people just like you pass tech search and start amazing tech careers. If you've never seen an episode, if you've never seen me on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, I'm a former U.S. Army Staff Sergeant that has been in tech for 20 years. I have 12 certifications. I have an MBA in technology. I've had almost every job you can think of in tech, and I've helped over 15,000 people just like you pass tech search. Now, this is more of a inspirational or aspirational type of episode. Can you do this? Of course. Will you do this? Maybe. The likelihood is low, but I just wanted to show you exactly what I would do, right? So even if it takes you 12 months, 24 months, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, you will be in a income bracket, a tax bracket that most people will never reach. I know six figures is like a cool little goal or whatever you want to call it, but it is not easy. Most people listen to this do not make six figures. Most people that don't make six figures. But believe it or not, it's way easier than you would ever believe. So I got some notes that I'm going to bring up. So if you see me looking over here, it's just that I'm looking at my notes because I don't want to forget anything in this episode, right? So the first thing is this, right? You have to understand that to make six figures, you have to be one of them ones. You have to be the best of the best. You have to be elite. You have to be somebody that everybody goes to, right? There is no hiding underneath the desk. There is no I show up when I want to. There is no I'm not going to learn anything. Making six figures, you're going to be expected to know what the hell you're doing, right? It's six figures, right? You're making more than probably 70-80% of the people in the US and definitely in the world, right? So the biggest thing is if you've been in tech for, I say 5 years plus, right? And you're not in that $80,000 to $90,000 income bracket, this episode is going to help you. Let's say that you already making six figures. This is going to help you go even further. That's another thing. A lot of people stall out as well. They get stuck at that 80 grand mark. They get stuck at that $95,000 mark. They get stuck at that 115 mark, right? So this is going to help you completely. So this is the whole thing, right? Right now, in 2026, 2027, with AI, with jobs going overseas, with so many different changes, with so many different distractions, right now is one of the worst times to get into tech for certain people, and it's one of the best times to get in tech for other people, right? So if you've been dilly-dallying about getting into tech, you damn sure need to stop doing that. And like I said, if you've been stuck in help desk, you've been stuck in the same position for a long time, we're definitely here to help you with that, right? So just imagine this. Let's say that you wake up tomorrow and you're me, right? So it's the best day of your life. But everything that you built is gone. Everything is out of there, man. I'm talking about the company, the students, the skills, everything. You starting from zero, a bum on the streets. But you still have the knowledge though, right? You still have the knowledge. You still have the roadmap. You still know what you need to do to get there, right? So your goal is this, six figures, right? $100,000 in 6 months, right? So you want to get $100,000 job within the next 6 months, right? So you would need some real steps and a real path to move forward, not just some generic YouTube advice, not just some PDF to tell you some shit that you don't need to know, right? Now, before I tell you exactly what I would do, I'm going to be honest with you one more time. This is not easy, right? If you're starting with somebody that is, already knowing the industry inside and out, it's completely different than somebody that has no idea what's going on, has no idea what to do next. One of the biggest advantages for you is to acknowledge that, right? To either acknowledge, hey, I don't know all the stuff I need to know, or I do know, a lot of stuff I need to know, or I'm lost in the sauce, right? You need to acknowledge that. Let the ego go. Let whatever you think that let that go, right? Because a lot of times, if we keep on doing what we always done, we're going to get what we always get, which is usually jack shit, right? So we don't want that. So what I'm going to give you today is going to work whether you're starting from 0, 1, 10, or 100, right? Because this is proven steps that I've taken, that I've had other people taken, and it always works every single time. So, and to be honest, realistically, right? The range to make it to six figures is probably going to take a couple years, right? And the whole thing is this. If you listen to this entire podcast, if you listen to this entire thing and rewatch it a couple times, you're going to understand that this is one of the strangest tech labor markets I've ever seen, right? Since I've been in tech for over 20 years. And right now, for example, like Robert Half, right, which is one of the biggest proprietary companies when it comes to tech, when it comes to innovation, when it comes to employment of people like you. They just released their second half of a 2026 survey. So they usually do quarter, right? First quarter, second quarter, third quarter, last quarter. And they said that 78% of tech leaders plan to increase permanent headcount by the end of this year. And that's up 46% from last year. Here's another one. 66% also are planning to bring in more contract professionals. It's a lot of opportunities for you. Then Dice said in 2026, tech job reports show postings up 23% year over year. But for some reason, the headlines are saying everybody's getting laid off. AI is going to come take everybody's job. And you need to watch, I want to say it was an episode or two about AI. AI is not doing jack shit. If you have the skills, if you have the certifications, the people that have the skills, certification, and can use AI, man, are killing it right now, right? Now, if you're doing some data entry or some repetitive stuff, AI is coming for you, to be honest, or it's already replaced you, or it's going to replace you. But if you one of them ones, man, it's going to be it's going to be a good year for you. So the strongest possible time, or the worst possible time to read headlines and actually believe them is probably right now, right? Whatever the hell is the worst thing going on, if you notice, all the news is bad news. It ain't never like about puppies getting rescued or no shit like that. It's always 1,000 people died, 1,000 people got laid off, 1,000 people got fucked up doing this, doing that, right? So that's probably not the best place to look for inspiration anyway. So I want to get into the 4 core areas that I see people messing up on, right? The 4 core areas that I see, beating people up time and time and time again. But before I get into that, I want to tell you a quick story about me, right? Why am I making this video? Why did I create Master IT? Why do I do all these classes? Why are people coming to me getting certified? Why? Because for the last 20 years, for the last 15 years, for the last 10 years, for the last 5 years, for the last 24 months, for the last 7 days, certifications are what's going to get you these opportunities. Certifications is what's going to allow you to change your family's life. Certifications is what's going to help you work from home. Certifications is what's going to have you on the other side of worrying, struggling, not knowing what to do, going to a job that you absolutely hate, feeling undervalued, underappreciated, not reaching your potential, and the list goes on and on and on. At one point, I was just like you, right? Kind of stuck in a job where I was like, man, this shit can't be it. Can't be. Cannot be. It's impossible. This is where, I'm supposed to be. This cannot be what I'm supposed to be doing. It's just not enough, whether it's money, time, using my brain. It just was like, this can't be it. And I decided, right, which is one of the biggest things that you have to do. You have to make a decision, right? You have to have an identity shift. Okay, all of this shit that I'm doing is not serving me. So I have to act as if I'm already winning. I have to act as if I'm already making 6 figures. I have to act as if, I've already been certified, right? And I hate to say it, but a lot of the reasons why you're not winning is because of your mindset. You don't have the right mindset. You may think this is woo-woo. You may think it's some bullshit. But trust me, I've been around and alive long enough and have went through enough things, seen other people go through enough things that positive thinking can literally change your life. And positive self-talk, right? Instead of saying I'm stupid or I can't do this, I don't know how this gonna work, this ain't for me, and not listening to anybody that's not supporting you, anybody that's not helping you, anybody that's not mentoring you, and anybody that says you can't do it, right? Those people's opinions do not matter. Your opinion of yourself, your opinion of what you want to happen is what matters and what shapes your true reality, right? Now, I want to get back to my notes and tell you guys about the 4 things that they usually mess up, most people, right? And they even messed me up before. And the number one, right? I won't say the number one, but one of the mistakes that people do is trying to do this shit by themselves. It's not a good idea, man. It's not a good idea. It's a terrible idea, right? There's so much that you have to know. And it ain't just certifications. You got to get the certifications, right? Which are hard as fuck. You have to learn the skills, which is hard as fuck. You got to know how to interview, which is hard as you got to get interviews. So, let me not get ahead of myself. You got to get interviews. Then when you go in there, you got to kill it, which is hard as hell, right? Then you have to get a job, okay? Then you have to keep that job, and you have to keep on going up the ladder. This shit is not easy, man, right? And doing things alone, especially nowadays, is extremely dangerous because there's too many distractions and there's too many different people saying too many different things, right? One person says, start with CEH. Another person says, skip A+. Another person says, go to college. Another person says, you don't need no certs. I got on and making $100,000. And you don't know who the hell to listen to, right? So what do you usually do? Nothing. You're like, well, shit, this is it's a scam. This shit must not be working. I don't know. Or you listen to the wrong person and you do the wrong thing and you end up with the same thing, right? So don't do this alone, man. Do not do it alone. Don't. According to CompTIA, right, 54%, almost half of the people who pay for their exam fail on their first attempt. So, exams are $300, $400, $500, $600 a piece. And usually failures end up with, people quitting, giving up. This shit ain't for me. I knew it. It kind of confirms what they were already fearing in the first place. And the crazy thing is 6 out of 10 people who study on their own go on the exam and they fail. Sorry to say it, but 6 out of 10 people that do it on their own. And when I say do it on their own, right, I'm not talking about if you watching YouTube videos, if you listening to podcasts, that you still doing it on your fucking own, because you need more than that, right? You've been probably listening to this podcast for months, years, watching YouTube. Your ass still ain't certified. You still don't have the job that you want. You still not making the money that you want. That should tell you something, man. Damn, maybe I do need some extra help. Maybe I do need some more guidance, right? Maybe I do need somebody to keep me accountable, right? So just think about that. Another mistake I see is people starting with the wrong certification, man. You have to start with the right certification. Clean my glasses off. You got to start with the right certification, right? Because starting with the wrong certification can literally derail your whole thing, man. Your whole idea, your whole thought process, your whole plan. It can completely derail it. So just make sure that you start with the right certification. If you're listening to this and you have no certifications, no matter if you've been working in tech, not working in tech, been in tech for 20 years, whatever. I tell all of my students, and they never, not once, have any student told me, damn, man, I wish I would have got that shit, man. This was a waste of time. You need to get A+ first, right? A+ is a difficult exam. A+ is a long exam. A+ is an expensive exam. Well, expensive is depending on how you look. I don't think it's expensive because it's more of an investment as opposed to a cost. But you need to start with A+, right? Security Plus is the one that's going to get you a bag. If you get Security Plus, and then that's the only cert that you have, and you have no experience, and you don't have fundamental skills, your ass is not going to get a job. It's so many people. Most of the people that say that shit, I just got Security Plus, and, but I can't find a job. That's why. Because people understand that, especially hiring managers understand that, yeah, you got that cert, but you don't know what the fuck you're doing. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. And a lot of times it gets proven inside the interview. They asking you basic questions. We ain't even got into the cybersecurity portion. We ain't even got into protecting nothing or hacking or penetration tests. No, this is regular shit. IP addressing, right? Help desk level shit. And you just like, shit, I don't know. That's not a good look, man. And then that's going to even reaffirm and verify what you were feeling. damn, I got certified and I got Security Plus. I knew this shit wasn't worth it. Da, da, da. No, they just know that your dumb ass passed the certification, right? Somehow squeak by, but you don't know the stuff that's in the certification. That's another reason why I say don't do it by yourself. It's not about just memorizing answers to a question. You need to be able to actually, I know it's going to blow your mind. The shit that is in the certification, you got to know how to do that shit, man. Can you believe that? That's what the employers are going to expect. The shit that's in the certification, when you show up to the interview, they might ask you some questions about the stuff that's in the certification, right? Because to make $70, $80, $100,000, they want to make sure you know what the hell you're talking about and that you can actually do the job, right? So that is usually the number one certification or number one mistake that I see people make is they start with the wrong certification, and you don't want to do that, right? All of my students start with A+, right? Now, if you're a complete beginner and still kind of like, I don't know if tech is for me, you can start with something called Tech Plus, right? I don't think any form of education is wrong or a waste of time, maybe a waste of money. But Tech Plus, I would say, if you just still kind of on the fence, like, I don't know if, this tech thing is for me, blah, blah, I would say Tech Plus. You can, you should try and get Tech Plus. All right. So after you get A+, what should you do? You should get Network Plus. A+ can easily land you a job making $60,000, $70,000 a year, right? Now, as you get that job, you gain experience, right? Which is going to make that salary bump up, right? Then you get Network Plus. Networking is essential when it comes to AI, when it comes to cybersecurity, when it comes to just being in tech in general. You have to have a profound understanding of networking. And networking makes cybersecurity that much easier, right? So the mistake that I see people making is, like I said, getting the wrong certification first and getting the wrong certifications in the wrong order, right? So number 3 is this: believing that AI is going to come kill everybody and take your damn job too. Listen, Skynet is not real, I hope. But anyway, Skynet is not real, man. The Terminator, the T-800 ain't coming to get you, man. The T-1000 is not your op. They're not coming. It's not happening. But you do need to know how to use AI, right? As a tool to make you more productive, to make the company that you work for money, and to save time, right? That is what it's for. Right now, you have having skills. The skill set that I have, I think, is basic when it comes to AI. But looking at how other people use it, it is not, right? And you may be thinking, I'm not just talking about prompting. I'm not just talking about asking some stupid shit to ChatGPT. I'm saying actually building things and actually being able to think. If you can already analytically and critically think for yourself, and you understand how to intelligently talk to and prompt an AI platform or a learning language model, it's going to benefit you tremendously, man. AI is not coming for you. Right now, it can help you so much, right? So that's another thing that we give our students is pretty much like a AI toolkit. Like, you got the certifications, you got the skills, and these are the things that's going to make you go further, way faster. But I will be honest, if you are a dumbass, you're going to be a dumbass with AI. It's not going to make you smarter. You're only as smart as, you're only as intelligent as, it's not going to make you smarter. It's just not there, right? Now, the last mistake is thinking that, you're, and when I say dumbass, I just mean somebody that thinks they're smart, that think that they got their shit together, think they know what they got going on, that doesn't ask questions, that isn't curious about learning, and think they can just finesse the program, think that they are bigger than the program, which nobody is, including me, right? You got to continuously learn, you got to continuously sharpen your sword. But the last thing is this: worried about just your background. I'm too old. I'm a woman. I'm a man. I'm a kid. I'm ugly. Whatever you think your setback is, right? You don't have to worry about that, man. Because you listening to this podcast, which isn't really doing shit, to be honest, but you just listen to this podcast, you are already ahead of most people, right? You are already past most people. Most people are literally just fucking being entertained all day, all night. Scroll till they fucking finger bleed, right? and don't remember nothing that they looked at. You're not too old. You don't need a degree. You don't need to be good at math. Whatever else setbacks, whatever challenges that you thought that will stop you from getting into tech will not. The only thing that's going to stop you from getting into tech is your ass. Just you. That's it. Nobody else, man. Just you. You are the only thing that's stopping you from getting into tech. That's it. Having self-doubt, having bad self-talk, having a fucked up mindset. That's what's getting you or stopping you, being a barrier of entry for you to get into tech. So where should you start, right? Let me tell you another quick story, right? Or a couple quick stories to kind of back up what I'm saying. I've had Amazon workers, people that work at Amazon, right? And shout out to them because I need my packages. I needed to have the right shit in there. And shout out to y'all for feeding y'all families. But I've had them get certified, start working in tech. Single moms, military members, a bunch of people in healthcare, and a bunch of educators recently transition from what they were doing, get the skills, get certified, and start working in tech. They pretty much understood a few things. What I'm doing is not working. The shit I tried is not working. I cannot do this by myself. Let me get some help. Let me go to a trusted source and let me make it happen and let me do the work. Let me get the right guidance and start rocking out, man. Start doing what I need to do. Start doing what I feel like I was meant to do, right? Start making the money I want to make. Start working where I want to work. Start doing the things that I truly feel, I want to do, right? Your starting point is pretty simple. You need to get A+, right? Now, our students usually pass A+ in about 30 days. This is a rigorous yet supportive program that helps people like you get A+ in 30 days. Most people either never get A+ or it takes them a year plus to pass A+, right? So it depends on how fast do you want to do this. It's just kind of like, if it happens, it happens, or if it's a right now thing, right? So you have to think about all of those things. So how do we actually do this, right? Let's talk about a couple pillars of what has to be done. Number one, you got to have the right certifications in the right order. The first thing you have to do is get A+. The next thing you have to do is get Network+. The third thing you have to do is get Security+. A+ is the credential that hiring managers are looking for. Network+ is a credential hiring managers are looking for. Security+ is a certification that make hiring managers start drooling and pass the fuck out. Okay? And then if you have all three of those, that's what's going to lead you to 6 figures. That's what's going to lead you to making way more money than what you're making right now. So according to Glassdoor, right now, it is the A+ and Security+ are the most requested and most preferred certifications in the IT industry in 2026. From CompTIA's own data, 40% of entry-level IT roles either require one or both of these certifications. So the certifications, right, can be obtained with 3 to 6 months of extreme focus, right? Extreme dedication, cutting out all the other bullshit. You can do this in 3 to 6 months. That's literally the entire path from 0 to 6 figures. Now, pillar 2 is mentorship. You have to have some type of mentor, right? If you are younger, you may be like, well, I think anybody that's in their 30s or above, they know life has whooped their ass so many times. They have fucked up enough to know, like, yeah, I probably need to go somebody outside of myself to make sure I'm not tripping, to make sure I'm going on the right path, to make sure I'm doing, exactly what I need to do. So I think a lot of people undervalue mentorship. I've had and continue to have mentors in every area of my life. Anytime I'm trying to do something new, anytime I'm trying to figure something out, I always go to a mentor, right? Aside, and on top of going to God, because he's the ultimate mentor, right? But you need to have somebody that is in your life, right? And that's another thing. God a lot of times sends people dead in your fucking face. Hey, you might want to listen to this guy. He kind of can help you out. And then you're like, no, I can figure it out. No, man. A lot of times it's right there in your face. You just got to take advantage of it, right? A lot of times when you learning alone, especially this tech shit, man, something is going to, whether it's subnetting, whether it's RAID levels, whether it's penetration testing, whatever it is, you're going to hit something, you're going to be like, man, hell no. It's just going to be too much, right? You spend hours, days, weeks, or 10 minutes and just give up and just say, fuck it, man, it's just too much. You know, a mentor can really change all of that. Another thing is this is a huge one. Accountability. A lot of you that are trying to do this on your own, you're not accountable to anybody, right? So if you give up, nobody will know. If you fail, nobody will know. If you don't study, nobody will know, right? There's nobody there to really get on your ass about this stuff, right? To make sure and push you to your goals. Now, studying alone, you know, nobody is watching for you to fall off. Nobody knows. Like I said, if you go off into the darkness, nobody will really know. And that's really like a silent killer, right? A silent killer that killed your dreams, then killed your aspirations, then killed your drive to really make this happen. And last but not least is structure and a plan. Instead of just, I'm going to get off, I'm going to study, I'm going to watch these YouTube videos, I'm going to whatever the fuck. And then you get home, you're already tired, you blew out. You got to figure out what to eat. Got to pay some bills. Got to play with the kids. And now you think you're just going to watch some random shit on YouTube? That usually doesn't work out, right? So having a plan is really the difference between, you know, students who pass on their first try and students that either never take it or fail it multiple times. The students passing at 81%, which is our students, we have one of the highest pass rates in the industry, are the ones that had a plan, that had a mentor, that had accountability and took the certifications in the right order. So this is the plan that I came up with, right? So I'm gonna be focusing on my notes because I want to make sure that I don't mess this up. So if I had to do this in 6 months and have all 4 pillars in place, this is exactly what I would do. Month 1 and 2, I would get CompTIA A+. Just study 90 minutes a day, 5 days a week, with a structured study path, practice exams that actually mirror the real tests, and get a coach. So whenever I get stuck, whenever I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, whenever I just get confused, I have somebody to reach out to. Certified and took both exams. I'm certified and I'm moving on to Network Plus while I'm hunting for a job. That's the main thing. Get certified, get a job, move to the next thing. Once you get that next certification, get a promotion, get a raise, or go to another job. Once you get your next certification, every certification should come with a promotion or a raise. So by month 3, I got a job and I'm studying for Network Plus, right? That's another thing, is your resume probably look like shit too. I would rebuild my resume, make sure that my LinkedIn is good, and I have a targeted application strategy. So I would say at least 10 to 15 applications a day, targeted at the roles that I want and the market that I'm trying to get into. I'm still studying for Network Plus all the while I'm doing this, right? So by the end of month 3 or 4, I'm still working my job. I've got Network Plus certified and I'm on my way to 6 figures. By the end of month 4 or 5, I've taken A+ and passed it, Network Plus and passed it. And when I passed Network Plus, I either got a raise at my current job or I left that job for a job that was making more money. So I would say 4.5, 5 months in, I got Network Plus. Then I start studying for Security Plus. Right now, I should be around 70, 80,000, right? So I'm already looking at roles that pay 85, 90, 100, whatever is more than what I'm making now. And then say, okay, if I get Security Plus, boom, I'll qualify for these opportunities. So by the end of the 6 months, I have A+, Net Plus, Security Plus, and I'm either at 6 figures or super close, at least making 80-something thousand, and en route to 6 figures in at least the next 12 to 24 months. Best case scenario, right? Just over 6 figures, right? In 6 months. Best case scenario. Now, realistically, you'll probably be around 70 to 80,000 in 6 months, right? Or a little bit more than it. And then six figures probably is going to take 12 to 24 months. But that's the exact plan. If I had to get to six figures in 6 months, that's the exact plan. So I want to tell you why a lot of people that's going to try this is not going to make it, because they're going to do exactly what I tell them not to do. So you listen to this episode, you get motivated, you buy some fucking books, you watch a few YouTube videos, maybe even buy a cheap practice exam. And listen, when I say, this YouTube shit is not worth it, I have a YouTube channel that has, I think, like 60,000 subscribers. I post there. That's to really give you a glimpse into, what it could be, to give you a glimpse into, hey, but most likely YouTube is not going to be enough. Because like I said, no matter what, whoever your favorite YouTuber is, they're not about to keep you accountable, right? They're not about to give you a structured plan, right? It's not personalized to you. You have no idea what's going on in the background. It's just, here go a video, whoever watch it, cool, right? So listen, a lot of times you do all that and 3 months later, you haven't passed anything. 6 months later, you ain't even take a fucking exam. A year later, you done forgot completely about you want to get into tech until you see somebody like me or you see somebody else that is actually winning and say, damn, I wish I would have got into tech, right? So why does that happen? A lot of times it's because you try to execute without any plan, without any structure, right? You may either try to find mentorship and you're looking for something that's free, which usually isn't going to work out for you, or you find the wrong mentor, right? You're trying to look for mentorship in the YouTube contents, and that's not going to happen. The pillars only work when you do them all of them, when you do all of them, all four of them, man, right? You need a structured plan, you need to pick the right certification, you need to have a mentor, and you got to have some accountability, right? The four pillars really work because they catch the failures that the others miss, man. Just the entire system, all this shit works together, right? If you do one without the other, it's not going to work out. So that's why I'm asking you to make a decision, right? You need to figure out, do I really want to do this shit or not, right? Do I believe these certifications are really worth it? Do I believe these certifications are going to change my life? Do I believe these certifications are going to give me a job? Do I believe these certifications are going to allow me to work from home, allow me to quit my job and do another job that a lot of times isn't physically demanding, or none of the times isn't physically demanding, right? I don't go home feeling completely fucking worn out and drained and just hating life, or just going to a job and I know if I work here for 10 more years, I ain't making no more fucking money. Right. And I might get fired because I'm just doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. Right. So if you are looking to get A+, Net Plus, and Security Plus in as little as 90 days, I'm actually bringing back the Zero to IT Pro program, which is a program that has accountability, right? Has structure, right? Has mentorship directly from me and the other instructors in the class, has live classes, is self-paced, has everything that you need to get on the road to six figures, right? Now, the Zero to IT Pro program is application only. We only accept 1 or 2 people a month, to be honest. And the reason for that is it has to be people that are dedicated, right? It has to be people that really, really want this. Now, if you aren't ready for the Zero to Pro program, we have an A+ program that allows you to pass A+ in 30 days. We have a Network Plus program where you can pass that in 21 days. We have a Security Plus program that allows you to pass that in as little as 30 days. You have to make a decision. You have to make this happen. My mouth is dry. I really get the hell off here, but hopefully this was beneficial. Hopefully this was valuable to you. And other than that, I'll see you in class.